Hello everybody and welcome back here. After a crazy BearCave, we've now got a big time game day here back in the ACC between number 20 Florida State and number 24 Pittsburgh. Let me know if you can hear me before we get started. And if you're new to the SFA, this is an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You do not need the game to participate. And even though we are 14 seasons in, you can join in, claim a team, start setting your depth chart, start setting your playbooks, recruiting, and hiring coordinators, participating in our sportsbook for rewards. We even have a fully fledged economy with stocks and stuff, so check it out. Links are in any of our descriptions. And if you do watch live with us, you might run into an ad or two. If you don't want to miss any of the action, use your Twitch Prime sub. It does help support us and help support funding the national championship trophy and all the merch that you will get if you do end up winning it all. And who will be sending you that merch? Well, it'll be our friends over at Home Field, the college apparel company, over 180 plus collections. They're adding new stuff every single day. They're on a March Madness streak right now. 14 straight drops for until Selection Sunday. So check them out. Use code SFA or use our code in any of the descriptions as well to help support us. And remember, folks, Selection Sunday, next Sunday, that's when our bracket pool will open. Make sure you submit because you're playing for a 90 overall non-quarterback recruit to join your team, and that is a massive advantage. So make sure you play and make sure you submit. And yeah, if you guys want more SFA content after this game day, check out patreon.com/the SFA. You can get additional watch party access to the Playoff Push podcast. If you want just more content, just follow us on Instagram, Simulated Football Association, where I post daily media stories. So we've got Florida State and we've got Pittsburgh. Now, the ACC is already wrapped up. We know who the conference championship is going to be now. It is going to be Buffalo and Georgia Tech. However, these two teams are still right in the thick of the CFP at-large race and the Citrus Bowl race. So we got Jackie Moon, we've got Coach Crew, who has his first game day. And Florida State is a team who every time they're on stream, it is a magical ending. As last time they're on against Notre Dame a couple of weeks ago, we got the epic helmet drop. So we're going to take a look at the rosters here. Jericho Claxton, we know him. He is a junior. He is their starting quarterback. And their running back, Ken Moss, the transfer from Texas State, hoping to have a big game today. And at wide receiver, SFA player Amonra Loha. You've got Johnny Goff, Antoine Reed, and you've got Brian Browning, who has been ridiculous on stream the last couple of weeks. So see if he has another breakout performance. Buggy Gumption is the tight end. Offensive line is quite good here. And their defensive line, you got Chad Robinson on one side, Anthony Tillman on the other, and in the middle, Brandon Heath and Jonathan Gray. At linebacker, Drake Eklund, one of the best linebackers in the country. And in the middle linebacker, Jay Allen. And the right side, Jason Young. And out wide, SFA player Lashard Weeks. You've got Donnell Slaughter, Anthony White, and Robert Jones. A very deep corner class there. You got Xander Poole at the free safety position, SFA player, and then also Amir Williams. Their kicker is Allen James. He is, this year, 13 of 24. Not too good, but he has max kick power and only 73 accuracy. And now let's go take a look at Pittsburgh and Coach Crew's team. Both of these teams just barely came short against Buffalo in their own right the last couple of weeks, so trying to get back in the win column. And we get to see a full game from Jaws Patterson, a former athlete, low-level recruit, up to an 88 overall. Great speed. Cookie Fetz, he is an SFA player as well. We might see him, might not. But yeah, Jaws Patterson, a full game. Super excited to see this. At running back, Phillip Edwards. At wide receiver, you got Jeremy McCray. He should play, be back from injury. You also got Keontae Duckett, the SFA player, 5-star guy. Joel Davidson and Vernon Sapp. At tight ends, the SFA reject, Corbin Hodges. and their offensive line is pretty good in their own right. Probably give it to Florida State just by a crumb, but they got Eli Crumsley here, SFA player, and Kevin Jameson at the right tackle spot. On defense, it's Michael Johnson. You've got Brock Fine. I think he's hurt, so might be McGrew. In the middle, Corey Kendrick and Jeff Parker. Might see Art Sandit, might not. He's kind of a rotational guy. Clutie Bolton, SFA player. Deshaun Fellows and Rafi Spriggs, SFA player, one of the best linebacker cores in the ACC. And out a little wide, it's Cliff Love, Carl Baker, Tommy Stevens, and Blake Hollins. And in the back, you got Dave Jones and Matt White. And their kicker is Lee Sims, a freshman, 72 and 72. He is currently 5 of 9 on the year. So that will do it for the rosters, folks. And we'll welcome in the second part of our broadcast team for this game day. And it is a Pitt fan in real life, Coach Pinhead.
How we doing, everybody?
All right, so as always, on
Pretty
these...
excited about this game.
As always on these game days, we're going to do a prediction. And Pin, break it down. Who do you think's going to win as unbiasedly as possible?
I mean, both of these teams, every time they're on stream at all, like they both kind of have just nonsense happen. Obviously, Florida State, well documented, but like Pitt too. At the same time, like they've had their own fair share of just like, you know, came down to the wire against Buffalo this year. Like they've had a lot of crazy games too. So I think it's gonna come down to the final drive and whoever holds the ball last.
Oh yeah, and even though neither of them are in the battle for this division, still a ton of pressure on the line for the at-large and even a Citrus Bowl. And just no matter what happens, shout out to Crew, man. This is a guy this team has not been living up to their potential the last couple of years, and then all of a sudden this year they have kind of come out of nowhere. They competed with ECU, kept them within a score or two, and then almost took down Buffalo. So they're just trying to get over that hump. So let's see what the lines are while we wait for the predictions to roll in.
Flame has a little thing he wants you to read. I guess he's going to use it in like a little thing down the road.
Please read. Okay. Pre-game intro. Okay, you were looking live. All right, I'll do that. I'll do that when we're loading into it there. So Florida State here, we got they're a 3-point favorite on the road, and there's no BearCave prop or anything, but the over/under here is 51.5. And I don't know if you guys have been submitting same-game parlays. I did not this week, but my game day prediction is 28-27. Did you submit a game day score prediction?
I don't do that. I think that's throwing money away.
It's 100 coins.
Yep, 100 coins that I'm not going to have at the end of game day.
Shake my head. It's 100 coins to win 25K. Come on now, folks. Boo. See, this is why the ACC sucks, man. The two at the top now are the those boring people.
And at the end of the year, that's 1,400 coins that you don't have.
Boo. Yeah, or if you hit it once, you're in the green.
Okay, and if I go to Vegas and put all my money on black, and then I'm rich forever.
There you go.
Right?
See? Cook. Well, maybe not rich forever, but you double... You'll double it. So all you got to do is, take your life savings, go to Vegas, and put it on black 4 times in a row. Get it 4 times in a row, and you'll be set. All right.
Sweet, Mike. I've got the Pitt money line today. I've got about 8,000 coins riding on it.
I did not bet on this game, but like said, my score prediction. If you guys submit a score prediction, let me know. Mine's 28-27. So we are gonna get into this.
Does that take like winning team? You have to pick the winning team too, or just any score?
Nope, just any score. So yeah, we don't go the winner or not. And then if you're Kenzie, you submit it after they're already closed.
Oh yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
All right, I gotta read.
Here's my breakdown of this game. Oh, you go for that, yeah.
Yeah, let me read this, then you can break it down. You are looking live at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the stakes are at their highest. Jaws Patterson, the Steely Star quarterback, looks to lead the Panthers to a signature victory. That was a nice write-up there, Flame. I like that. All right, what's your breakdown? Ugh, I can't even stand looking at Buffalo at the top. Ugh. All right, go ahead.
Pitt and FSU have played 6 times in SFA history. Florida State is 4-2, including 3-0 since the move to NCAA 14. Now, back in season 7? Nope, sorry. Season 6, Mike Evans was a wide receiver, committed to the University of Pittsburgh, and played 3 seasons there, including a red shirt. And then he was yoinked in the transfer portal by Llama, transferred to Florida State, was a Team of the Year wide receiver, went down as a Florida State great. So, obviously Pittsburgh is going to be playing for that revenge. And, yeah.
And as our first play goes to Phillip Edwards, the running back. And interesting is that Coach Crew, he took the receive after winning the toss there. So they want to get aggressive here to start it out. Jaws Patterson, number 7 in the backfield. Keontae Duckett, number 80 in motion. He's the 5-star possession-type receiver, so he's not going to be ideal for those jet sweeps, but he gets 4 here, so an early 3rd down. And I do have your fight songs queued up. We're going to have to adjust the sound, so let me know once I play them. Play those after touchdowns and turnovers. So these are both Patreon coaches, so 3rd and 4. That is Corbin Hodges, the SFA reject in motion on this 3rd down, and that's a sack early on. So a 3 and out.
Not a great start for Pittsburgh there. Obviously, you never ever wanted to go 3 and out, but especially not in the opening drive. You really would have liked to see them, set the pace for the game and really come out strong and send a message, but not here.
Who's the other person? What in the world is Coach K cooking? All right, so we're going to get a return here from Florida State.
We've been asking that question for quite some time.
And here it comes. Ken Moss, it's not him. So they got the player all wrong there. But the transfer from Texas State. And D'Erico Claxton, we saw this team a couple of weeks ago against Notre Dame. As they're bringing down the safety early here. Crown the box. Hand off to Ken Moss to the outside. Nothing cooking. Brought down by the safety. Big play there to start it out. Dave Jones. All right. So 2 top 25 teams. Pittsburgh, why is the logo so small? This is what irks me so much about Pitt. Because I know you put the big-ass Steeler logo there. No, you haven't. As we got, Ken Moss down the sideline. Big play there for Kenny Moss.
Yeah, big hit at the end there. No, it's because the Steeler logo is there, and then they're able to just put the Pitt logo right there instead. Less work of flipping out when they have games back to back.
Yeah, but they're not the same size. The Steeler logo is so much bigger than that.
Right, because it's the Steeler Stadium and it takes up less. If the Steeler logo...
Oh, broken tackle! That's going to be an early score. Stephen Jones, the fullback. We got a big man, Tutty. What in the world? All right, let me know about the war chant. If it's too loud, too soft, I can change it. But not a great start here for Pittsburgh on their opening possession.
Oh, so if the Steeler logo is there for the Pitt game, it's whatever. No one cares. But it's the Pitt logo cannot be there for the Steeler game because then that's just a bad optics look.
All right.
That's the logic behind it.
And you want to know how you fix that? Build your own stadium. Stop mooching. As we get some Big Ten scoring updates, Michigan continues their only 2-loss season.
There's not a ton of open real estate in the Steel City.
I don't know. I've never been to Pittsburgh.
Beautiful. You should go.
All right, here we go. Pittsburgh getting back on the field. So a 3 and out and then a long touchdown. Big start for Florida State. They do take this out of the end zone. He gets some room down the left sideline. Gets out to about the 40.
Phenomenal work.
So some early fireworks from both sides.
Also, I think Pitt's always played at either, Hines or Three Rivers. I don't think they've ever had their own stadium.
We get another handoff. This is Edwards. He had a big day last week. This is a Pittsburgh team. This is their first time without an SFA running back in quite a while. If you remember, who's the guy's name? He SFA player.
Daniel Sisk.
Yeah, there you go. Sisk. He had a Buffalo guy, but Jaws Patterson keeping it his first carry. So he gets 4.
He was in the brother of a Buffalo fullback that was a walk-on. He was tragically killed in a car accident right before the season. And then Daniel had committed to Ohio State, and he quickly realized he would never play there, and so he committed to SFA.
As Jaws Patterson, he runs over a man, gets a first down. Jaws Patterson's going to have a big day.
They had a running back before him. Yeah, Ty Montgomery.
Yep. So this is their first time without one in quite a little while. As Keontae Duckett goes in motion, a little shovel. Jaws keeps it. Some great defense early on from Florida State, bringing these players down. Anthony Tillman that time. Cam has a nice idea.
Jaws
Build
Patterson.
a new stadium under Heinz Field. I like that idea.
Don't know how that one would work.
It's once again not much. This time to Palmer. So another 3rd and long coming in for the Pitt Panthers. A little shotgun. Trips to the right. Corbin Hodges, though. Hand on the ground, top of your screen. He's going to pass block on the blitz. He floats that out wide. It's dangerous, but Keontae Duckett goes up and grabs it. That's a first down. The SFA 5-star recruit showing his status right there. That was
really scary pass there from Jaws, but he failed out by his big playmaker.
That was a scary play there, but Jaws, he keeps it now in the option. He does not choose to flip it. So that's going to be 2nd and short. But hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But yeah, it was just kind of a 50-50 ball. And Keontae Duckett does have decent size. 2nd and 2 now. Jaws, he is a lefty, and he overthrows his man. Just bad timing there.
Not a ton of lefty quarterbacks in the SFA. It's Jaws, Chad Blunt. Is there any others that I'm
Vidro Bautista might be a lefty? Maybe?
Really?
Maybe not.
Didn't know that.
That might be coming out of my ass there as we get it. Oh, that's a DPM.
And
that's Keontae Duckett inside the 5.
Have we seen BYU on stream really all that much?
We've seen him on BearCave a couple of times this year, but they've had a couple big games. There was a game where it was came down to the wire. They had a watch party as well against Oregon. So 1st and goal here for Pitt, mounting a great response to that opening Florida State touchdown, and handoff to Edwards, and he gets into the end zone. 7-7. All right, let me know if that music is good, folks. I want to make sure that I don't hinder your experience here. We want to add to it. All right, so it looks like we're going to have a good back and forth game here. So let me know if the music's too loud or too quiet. I'd never heard this fight song before, so it's a new one.
Upon film watching, I have determined Pedro Bautista is a righty.
Oh, he is a righty. All right, Flame, thank you. It is good. All right, so we are in action here. What does Florida State have for us next? I don't think you're going to get a ton of fullback yams to be consistent. So we'll say Florida State can mount a decent drive. Ken Moss averaging 10 a carry right now. He was somehow lasted till day 3 of the transfer portal after Jackie Moon's epic blunder on days 1 and 2. 2nd and 2
best
now.
of us, Jackie.
As that's a slant to Amonra Leuha, the SFA player, the senior. And it turns out he didn't need those other guys.
Now he's been here, 4 or 5 years now at this point, hasn't he?
Yeah, maybe. I think this might be his 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken, because I know he brought
Oh,
in
right, because he started
Claxton.
at Northwestern.
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
1 year at Northwestern. That's kind of what a lot of people have done. Start Northwestern, stay there a year. And that's what Mushbrain did as well. He's now at
yeah, I was gonna
Wisconsin. Is
say.
that going to be a sack? Claxton never saw him. Tommy Stevens on the blitz.
Tommy Stevens is the name of the quarterback that Penn State had after Trace McSorley left.
There you go. Tons of fun facts today from Pitt. The crazy facts are endless. I love having a second person here to like look up the matchups and stuff. As Brian Browning gets a
Yeah, I'm
catch here.
glad to be here.
So that's a 3rd down. That's not going to do all too much there. So Pitt gets off the field now. They have a chance to take the lead as this first quarter is flying by. This one angled to the corner. And big hit there on
Cool.
the sideline.
So if you're
So,
Pitt now, start off the game not so hot. You then let the big touchdown. You respond. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is the game is restarted now. 2 drives each, 1 touchdown each. Come out now, set the pace.
and they set it by a negative 4-yard run there. Jaws couldn't flip it out. Even if he did, it wasn't going to have a lot of success. But I would love to say
Yeah,
Keontae
that
Duckett, he had a fantastic drive last time. If they can get that 5-star going, that's going to be huge. He's got 2nd and 14. Jaws now, triple option, does flip it out this time and only gets about 1. We know Pitt can run the ball, but the question is, will Jaws be effective through the air? So 3rd and long now, he's going to have to use his arm. It's just a delay give, never mind, and Edwards goes nowhere.
And Pitt bring it out again. Again, now what you want to see.
Yeah, both defenses settling into this game. The big plays not being apparent on the last couple of drives. Nice return, though. You got Browning angling left. Gets about 13. Florida State coming back out. D'Erico Claxton and company. Both 2 teams, surprising that they're at this point, considering their last couple of years. Very glad to see the ACC thriving with the additions of Buffalo and East Carolina. As you got Ken Moss up the middle, runs over a man, and he gets 12.
I mean, I had put out that most relevant conferences or whatever the article was in the preseason, and I had the ACC ranked once. I mean, I think we do have the best, some of the most active and abundant users in any conference in the country.
As you get another big run there. Oh yeah, ACC's on top this season, especially after the bad non-conference performance from the SEC. As D'Erico, he keeps it this time.
And I think it's really interesting that this is, the brightest the ACC's looked in some time, and Clemson isn't even a part of it. It
That's
seems
true.
everyone but Clemson pulling the weight.
That's true. The best program of 2023. Juggernog of like the last 6 years. May not even make a
It's the
bowl.
best program in SFA history. Yeah.
2nd and 7 now. Floats that, and that is caught by Buggy Gumption. The SFA player. So now they're attacking here inside the red zone. That left side looks juicy for Ken Moss. He just runs it up the gut, though. Gets about 5, as that's going to end the first quarter. So at the end of first, 7-7. No turnovers.
Team's gone fast so far.
No crazy stuff. Really back and forth. So, both teams kind of feeling each other out, but Florida State on the doorstep. Buggy Gumption in company. Crowd in the box here, and that's, 10 in the box? You got Ken Moss once again up the gut, doesn't get much. 3rd down incoming. We had to see the special teams really make an impact for Florida State. They have a very powerful but not very accurate kicker. So 3rd and 3 for Claxton. They are going to adjust the play. That's Browning in motion. 3rd and 3. Claxton, 5-man rush, and he floats it out the back of the end zone, incomplete. The pass rush got to him there. And they're bringing out the field goal unit. Thought they're going for it for a second, but this is going to be a 26-yarder to take the lead. Kick is up, and it's good. Plenty of leg on that one. And that was almost hairy there. It's a shame that that NC State missed 4 field goals. Can't believe it. That's going to bother me for a while. No ACC title.
Well, not as much as the Colorado missed field goal is going to bother me.
Yeah, that's true. Yours impacted you. I don't know. Another ACC missed. That sucks. But corner blitz, Jaws escapes, and he gets about 1. So we really got to see if Pitt can get this running game going. Jaws averaging under 2. Edwards not doing too much better. Pass was working on that touchdown drive.
I know that you've kind of gotten used to rash kickers, but at Buffalo, we pride ourselves on having high-quality kicking units.
Hey. I've fixed my kicking over the last couple of years. It was bad at one point, but I went wide left on Baylor. I'm not going to let it happen again. We got a 3rd and 5 now here for Pitt. It's a mid-screen, and that's going to be a first down. Great blocking there. Jeremy McCray, his first catch.
Wearing that Mike Evans number 13. Didn't you miss a kick against me in the Rose Bowl? That's a genuine question.
I think so, but I don't think it mattered. I think that game was much more impacted by, the 2 defensive touchdowns thrown by or caused by Christian Richard.
True.
I can't believe I blew a 21-3 lead. I had you praying on stream in that first quarter.
I was actually
and that is
very upset.
That was a tough throw. Once again, Jaws throwing it into coverage. Another one brought down in traffic.
That's the best negative 3-yard catch you will ever see. Ever.
Yeah, I should have just knocked that down. So 3rd and 13 now. Once again, behind the sticks.
Jaws, all day, shown really struggling on 3rd down.
He's yamming it deep.
Oh, my God.
Oh, baby. And it's caught. No, dropped it the last second, knocked away. I thought he had that.
That would have been awesome.
I did not know that Jaws had that kind of an arm. That was a beaut. Oh, it's on the ground, Browning. He recovers, but no return. Lack of awareness there. Almost couldn't find it. Can't believe Cruz saying you didn't like that. How'd you not like that throw? That was beautiful. Keontae Duckett should have caught it.
I think he was scared about the pick.
Yeah. So we got Pistol now
Which would have
with
been
Claxton.
an arm punt.
And floating this to the corner. Away overthrown there from Claxton. Both teams still kind of feeling each other out. Not much really happened since those touchdown drives. 2nd and 10 now. They bring a blitz. Dumps that one off. And that's going to be a first down. Antoine Reed. So fresh set of downs now. Pistol. And delayed give goes nowhere. Brought down by the linebackers. Ken Moss. -2. And there's Rafi Spriggs, one of the best run-stopping linebackers in the country. Clooney Bolton on the other side. Great coverage guy. This linebacker core is elite. As they're coming back out under center, 2 tight ends on the field. As Ken Moss, the short side, he gets a lot there. Gets about 8. Can be a 3rd and short now. They're 0 for 2 today on third down, as it's a 3rd and 4 at their own 45. They're going to adjust it now. Claxton, only a 3-man rush. He's going to yam that deep. He has a step. He connects. Can they catch him? No, it's a touchdown for the Seminoles. Johnny Goff for 55 as they extend it to a 2-score lead. How about that one,
showing they're
Pitt?
really good at pushing the ball down the field. Yeah.
On the road, giving it to the Pitt Panthers. And he's doing the war chant there. The war chant's traveling. They try to push it to 10 now, and the kick is good. Big play and also unable to capitalize. And how about Northwestern, team that started out 5-0, dropping to 6-4 today. Tough scenes for the Wildcats. 5-0 was their best start in SFA history.
It's brutal.
Brutal. They might get left out of a bowl game. All right, so now if you're Pitt, man, you've got to respond.
Yes. No, definitely. I mean,
We need
they've shown a real, they've shown a real lack of consistency on, if they don't get a first down on first down, they don't really seem to be able to move the ball at all. So they really need to put a drive together here, a slow, methodical drive, and that's not going to be it.
No, Florida State is playing just perfect run defense, especially on these option plays, forcing Johnson into a sticky situation where he has to make a questionable pitch or eat the loss. So 2nd and 10 now, split backs yet again. More triple option. We'll see if he gets it. He gets the flip out this time. Edwards has some room. He runs over one and gets 13. That's Palmer.
That's what I'm talking about there. I mean, they don't really get anything on first down, but on second down they push through and they're able to move the chains.
So hurrying it up now. They like what they're doing. Duck it back in motion into the backfield. Oh, they're gonna fake it now out to McCray on the screen pass. Nothing doing. And those screen passes are so tough because you pretty much have to break a tackle if you want to break it. And there's Lashard Weeks, the SFA player, in to clean them up. And this is just a tough secondary to do that against. Is you have 5-star Xander Poole back there at free safety. Lashard Weeks, one of the highest rated SFA corners. And now 2nd and 9. Jaws takes off. He has the sideline, and that's going to be a first down. Brought down by Drake Eklund.
There it is again. Exactly what I'm talking about. Moving the chains, keeping the drive going, even if you don't necessarily, get a big gain on first down. Great work there by Jaws.
And that's what Jaws has to do. He has to use his legs. Is now they're going to run, opening some room now is Philip Edwards. They're going to mark him short. But finally getting some room there as he pretty much doubles his output right there. So 2nd and inches across the 50 now. We'll see if they get creative. No, they're just going to run it smash mouth up the gut, and that's going to be a first down.
An ad break for those of you not subscribed to Twitch.
Oof. Use that Twitch Prime
nobody
sub.
heard that. Yeah. Mine just ran out. Mike gave me that awesome 6-month one when I first got to school. Just ran out the other day. Yeah.
As we get a flag here, the falls start. Now those are drive killers. Now it's going to back them up to 1st and 15. All right, 1st and 15 now, and just a handoff again. The run doing a lot better on this drive. They get it all back. So 2nd and not manageable, but 2nd and 10. 8 tackles already in the first half for Jason Young. It's Patterson.
A really good game so far.
Patterson shotgun, fakes it now, yams that, and way out of bounds. Looks like a throwaway there.
Shades of Josh Allen on that one, just way overthrowing him.
So 3rd and 10, split backs, maybe fringe field goal range. They've got to come up with points though. Jaws, he's going to take off, and he's sacked. The worst possible thing you could have done there.
The sack might put them in that weird middle range where it's too short to punt but too long for a field goal, so they're forced to go for it. But let's see what Pitt's kicker is capable of.
And they're going for it. They're choosing to forgo. That would be a... Yeah, that'd be a tough field goal, 51 yards. So they're going for it here, 4th and 15. Patterson was going to yam it. He's sacked again. It's been all Florida State here.
Mango says he's the world's #1 Jaws Patterson here. I can't imagine why. I think Jaws Patterson is one of my favorite quarterbacks in the SFA.
He might have lost that recruiting battle. I don't remember, though.
Time to do a little bit of digging.
As Florida State now takes over. 10-point lead. Throwing that on the run into the dirt. Not Claxton's
the finalists
best
for that were Crew gave him $475,000. And then Moon, when he was back at Virginia, was just $30,000 back of that. And then Zach, when he was back at South Carolina, was another $100,000 behind that.
Man, imagine had Zach gotten Jaws Patterson in the same scenario happen. It'd be Jaws Patterson at Cincinnati right now. And Keely Radix at Pittsburgh. That's crazy. As he yams out. Oh, it's almost picked.
Ooh.
So getting
Mango,
lucky
I'm going to
there.
address that when Pitt gets the ball back real quick.
The most overhyped quarterback in the nation. The Arch Manning effect. Jaws doesn't get hyped up at all. I mean, maybe we hyped him up a little bit in the pregame, but that's because he's on game day. I don't think there's anybody out here saying Jaws is a top 5 quarterback.
I don't think he's top 5. I think he's one of my personal favorites. But I think it's interesting it brings that up because Jaws Patterson is technically the current recipient of the torch that's been passed down since the Garrett Grayson years. If you remember, Grayson's senior year, and I want to bring this up. And Arch's freshman year, that summer, Grayson and Arch were seen working together, and it was a big story about the passing of the torch from Grayson Arch. And slowly but surely, Arch was transformed into one of the best quarterbacks the SFA's ever seen.
Almost a piss.
And right before that magical senior season, right before that magical senior season where he won the Heisman of the national championship, he was seen working with Jaws Patterson. So next offseason, keep a lookout and see who Jaws Patterson's able to pass the torch on to.
As he gets a first down here, so using the legs keeps the drive alive.
He says not SFA Arch. Well, you've ruined my whole thing there, but I appreciate you for bringing it up anyway.
Now, I will say, though, Jaws, he didn't throw an interception all of last year. Now, he did miss half the season with an injury, but point still stands. He is careful with the ball.
Who was that Maryland quarterback? Was it Connor Shaw in Season 8? Didn't throw a single interception?
Yeah.
Got him team of the
It was
year
like
with
28
touchdowns.
28 touchdowns, no picks. Yeah. Baller, dude. I'm so glad Maryland's good again. I love a good Maryland in the SFA. As you get triple option now. He gets it off. Oh, what a cut! Joel Davidson gets 15.
Yeah, if you're Pitt, you really have to continue to move the ball here, get into field goal range, and at least put 3 on the board and make it a 1-score game going into half.
Yeah, what a story Jerry Schmierman is, man. Is that illegal touching? We'll have to come back and see. No! They're not going to call it illegal touching, so tiptoeing on the sideline there. Ron somewhere screaming at that one. So 1st and 10 now. Second quarter coming to an end. Jaws using his legs. We're down to 30 seconds now. 10 tackles in the first half here.
I think to a degree, Flame, we were all Flynn Saunders haters when he was at Louisiana not doing it. Or not really. When that first season, when he just wasn't doing anything, I think we were all hating on Flynn a little bit.
For sure. As Jaws continues to run, they're finally use that timeout. Allowed a couple of seconds to trickle away. 3rd and 1. This is massive. Pittsburgh desperately needs something to go right. Jaws, he takes off. He finds some room. That's a first down. The clock will stop.
A really crucial first down because not only does it stop the clock, it keeps the timeout in the back pocket, and obviously it moves the chains and keeps the field goal unit off the field. Well done by Jaws there.
15 seconds left. Jaws, he takes off again. He has some room. Can he cut? And he stops short. They're going to have to use that final timeout. So decision time here. Do you go for the end zone and risk losing it all? It looks like they will. So anything short of the 5-yard line, and then we're going to halftime. Jaws floats that to the end zone, 50-50 ball. It's intercepted!
Oh, no.
Trying to find Jeremy McCray, and he hits Slaughter right in the chest. Just trying to do too much there, as that's going to generate some more chance as we head to halftime. You get the victory formation at halftime here, is they have a 10-point lead, 17-7. Oh boy. As you can hear audible boos as Jaws runs into the halftime. And I gotta say, Jaws Patterson today is reminding me a lot of a Steeler quarterback by the name of Russell Wilson. Steeler Nation,
No.
let's weld.
No. No. Yeah, I was actually, I was just going to say that the way he'd been playing, and I think it's almost a lazy comparison because it's just a lefty scrambler. He was really starting to show me Michael Vick in that first half. You know, obviously the huge gams we saw, huge arm strength.
That is true.
The lefty scrambler, getting out of the pocket. And I think it could seem like a little bit of a lazy comparison, like I said, but I think it is a strong one if you actually start to look into it a little bit.
You know, another comparison I could draw is Tim Tebow when he's on the Jets. Another lefty.
Sure. I don't know if Tebow ever had the arm strength to make that one almost completion we saw to Keontae Duckett.
Maybe in his dream year in Denver, but yeah, I'm hoping for a Pitt. I'm hoping Pitt can turn this into a good game. I love both these teams. I really don't want to see either one eliminated from the at-large race or the Citrus Bowl race, but one has to. And Florida State's just played much better. And ironically, almost 12 minutes of possession for Pittsburgh, and they're down 10. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
So
something I was actually looking into a little bit the other day, and you go first while I pull it up.
Well, Florida State gets second half kickoff here, chance to extend the lead. Baron Browning on the return. And what were you researching the other day?
So, we've seen teams, season 8 Ole Miss, season 9 Arizona State. We've seen some really down ballot, 20th ranked or so teams make the Citrus Bowl. This season, in the most recent Week 12 coaches poll, 21 of the 25 teams are user coaches. So being that 20th or 21st ranked team just isn't going to cut it anymore into getting into the Citrus Bowl. You really have to be that top 13, top 14 team if you want a shot at the Citrus.
That's true. And remember, with the change in the bowl scheduling this year, it's going to be a lot tougher to get to those higher or highly prized bowls, as Johnny Goff gets a hospital bowl, but he pops right up.
I think it was Mike mentioned it a few weeks ago that we've kind of started to see this shift away from computer-dominated teams, and he said he fears that the Clemson Martin Black run was the last computer natty we'll ever see. And I kind of don't disagree with him. I mean, the 4 non-user ranked teams right now are Rutgers, who's the 25th ranked team.
Lost to Navy.
Ohio State. Yeah. Well, I'm saying the most recent poll.
Yeah.
Ohio State, who's obviously been kind of the top for a while now. Michigan, who's always been a middling program, never really breaking the glass ceiling. And then Arizona, who, for all intents and purposes, is still a user team when it comes to roster makeup.
That's true. That's a big-time sack. They break through Deshaun Fellows.
It's a talking point, Mango.
Now, I will say is that out of those teams, I mean, Michigan, they are a good roster. They just had so much trouble staying healthy at the quarterback position. And so they definitely could make a run. I think Ohio State could still make a run. They have one of the hardest schedules in the country. That's a beautiful ball from Claxton and a first down. What a beautiful ball.
Pitt desperately needs to stop here, get the ball back. I mean, that was an all-time brutal happening at the end of the half, not putting points on the board when you're inside the 5.
Just nothing going right here for Pittsburgh. But we always see momentum shift, so they just got to hang in there here. Under center, 2 tight ends. They're going to audible now. Leuha, bottom of your screen. Man in motion. That's fullback who had a touchdown earlier. Oh, play action fake, delivering a dot to Buggy Gumption. Another first down. So inside the red zone now for Florida State, trying to extend the lead here. Hand off to Ken Moss, and that is going to get him about 7. Remember, this is a Florida State who had the lead against Georgia Tech on BearCave, and they choked it away a couple of weeks ago. Last week, maybe even. 2nd and 3 now. Man in motion. They're going to run triple option here with De'Erico Claxton. It's going to work. That's a touchdown. Johnny Goff, his 2nd of the day. Unbelievable.
Really tough showing here, Pitt, making the 3-score game now, and you've not really had an offense all game.
And if you bet on a Johnny Goff rushing touchdown, that converts on your same game parlay. I don't know why you'd bet on a plus 400 wide receiver rushing touchdown, but here we are.
Shout out week 1 when I bet the under on every receiver rushing yards. Dude, that was awesome.
Now, I will say my score prediction is very much in play. I just need 3 touchdowns from Pitt and a field goal from Florida State.
Good 28-27.
Mm-hmm. It has a chance. All right, so Jaws Patterson back against the wall. Here we go. They're going to give it to Keontae Duckett. Once again, he's a possession guy. He's not necessarily a burner, not necessarily, great in the open field. He's great at route running. That doesn't really translate to jet sweeps. So 2nd and 7 now.
Yeah, the running part, maybe. Not so much, but...
All right, Jaws, first throw since the interception, and that's going to be a first down. Vernon Sapp.
I mean, I feel like a broken record saying it again, but if you're Pitt, you need to put points on the board here. Make a nice, slow, methodical march down the field and get in the end zone. Because if not, the game is effectively over.
As dumps that one off, see if they can generate extra yardage. Vernon Sapp gets 3. And for teams that are down with the new, it's not necessarily new anymore, but the new AI, teams like to run out the clock if they're winning in the 4th quarter. So there's not as much time as you'd think here for Pittsburgh. As that goes nowhere. Another play in the backfield, Chad Robinson. Don't let Mango get to you. He always is mean to the commentary team. All right, 3rd and 10 now. Oh, he floats it, 50-50 ball, going for the highlight reel, and Lashard Weeks, the SFA player, tips it away. And they're not going to go for it.
I mean, Florida State, all of the momentum in the world right now with them. Pitt really needs a big defensive play here. Get some energy back in this team.
As another bobble from Baron Browning.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a tough showing so far for Pitt. Lights might be a little bit too bright for Coach Crew in his first ever game day. As coaches who are on game day often know sometimes it's a very unforgiving form of simulation as they tosses out to Ken Moss. He gets stacked up. Really would like to see this Pittsburgh defense generate a big play. This linebacker core. Rafi Spriggs, Clevie Bolton, Deshaun Fellows. I've hyped them up, but they are not performing.
Kobe Dean still kicking around, or he graduated, right?
He graduated, yes. But Kobe Dean.
Unfortunately.
As he gets that away to Buggy Gumption. Ugh, that one hurts. As Gumption hits his over on his pass yards.
Getting late early.
So, yeah, another scorer here for Florida State really could effectively end this game. Anything outside of a field goal. Now, like we've seen Oh, man, a big run here. Another broken tackle. Everybody getting involved. This time it's Brad Ruffin.
That's it. That's kind of been the difference in the game. FSU's been getting those chunk plays, and Pitt's just kind of been stalling out each and every time.
Yeah, but like I was saying a second ago, like we saw in Watch Party or like we saw in the Wyoming San Jose State game, is we've had some crazy fourth quarters this week, so don't count that out. Is get a nice play there from Clutie Bolton. He's been held off the stat sheet today.
Clutie Bolton, I think, rides the line really well of having a name that seems like it shouldn't be allowed on television, but somehow is.
Clutie Bolton, as we get a handoff here. Clutie Bolton again, if he can get warm here, if he can get a stop, as Ken Moss goes over 100 yards. Welcome in DiGiorno. Now that DiGiorno's here, we'll get a good game. As safety coming down, split backs, both are blocking as they go over the middle again. That's going to be short. So nice stop there for Pitt. And they are bringing out the field goal here.
Florida State.
So this is going to be, what is this, a 46, 47-yarder from left hash. Big power, not a lot of accuracy, and he misses it. Pushed right.
And there you go. That's what you needed if you were Pitt. You needed that big momentum shift, and that's starting to thread the needle in the other direction.
The struggles from the special teams hit Florida State yet again. They've had so much trouble with that over the years. 1st and 10 now here for Jaws. Let's see if that was enough to help these guys generate some offense. They've been held scoreless since that first quarter. Jaws, he's going to kick it. What a move. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's the day it's been. Tackled by your own guy.
That's what concerns me so far about this Pitt team is that even when they get the big play, it's on the ground. They haven't really shown an air attack to stretch the ball down the field, which makes it concerning to think that they'd have a late quarter comeback.
And there's a nice first down, keeping the drive going. But remember, folks, we've got 9 minutes plus these 2, so 11 minutes left here in game day. Not a lot of time for this many possessions. Need some chunk plays. You can't just run it all day, as they are going to counter this time. And Edwards unable to do much there. The accuracy slider for field goals, I think, is at 45. Because if it's at 50, it's automatic. If you're in range, they'll never miss. So 2nd and 5 now. Jaws Patterson, and he scrambles and out of bounds. What are you doing?
Oh, you stupid, stupid quarterback.
Jaws Patterson proven today that he does not have a brain. As it's 3rd and 2 now.
Twice now on this drive, a big play has just been stunted by Jaws Patterson's incompetence.
Well, they get the first down there, though, so drive continues.
Not all is lost, but like I said, the clock is still ticking. It's got to be a major factor if you're the Panthers.
And they just continue to run
Running
the ball. This
really
time they get some room and almost broke that one. Edwards gets 16. They got to find a rhythm. And if you're going to have Jaws Patterson yamming it, you've got to get the play action going. They're inside the 30 now. They could score before the end of the 3rd quarter. They have a chance. First and 10 now. Jaws keeps it. Can he make a move? No, he falls forward. Nice tackle there from the strong safety. 20 carries already here for Jaws, under 60 yards. 2nd down. They're 1 of 2 in the red zone. Obviously, that end of half interception was critical. Split backs, triple option, hands it to the man. Broken tackle, makes a move, touchdown, Palmer. Pittsburgh gets into the end zone.
Everything you want to see there if you're Pittsburgh. The quick cut, the burst of speed, and just pushing into the end zone, not being denied.
And talk about having to have it. You have your backup running back making the play. running over a man at the in the hole and then making a move, finding the pylon. As you see this updated game, we know Michigan State is going to win this game. And how about the fall off for Michigan State? Remember, folks, this team played in the national championship like 2 or 3 seasons ago. All right, so third quarter still alive. Only down 10 here. Monreluha. And I really needed that field goal to hit on that last drive. I don't know why I was celebrating, because I would only need 2 touchdowns from Pittsburgh. Maybe there's going to be another field goal here for Florida State. First and 10
I stand
for
by my
BearCave.
statement that
They bring a blitz. Monra,
the running
that's a big
game
game.
is not going to be all it gets you to have a comeback. But I digress.
And yeah, I mean, Pitt can score as many rushing TDs as they want. If they can't stop Florida State like they've been unable to do here, it doesn't matter. Already up towards the 45. Defense has been abysmal. Are we going to get a snap here? No, we will not. So to end the third quarter, folks, Florida State maintains a 10-point lead, just like they had at the end of halftime. Can the Pitt Panthers find something in them to keep their CFP, their Citrus Bowl hopes alive? I don't think 8-4 will get you into the Citrus Bowl.
Probably not. Like I said, a lot of users at the top of the rankings this season.
So Dierko keeps it. Not known for his running ability, but he gets 6. Remember, folks, we'll find out where star pass rusher, 5-star Chop Bogtrotter goes tonight in recruiting. Also got one of the best running backs, Jaquez Shady, making his decision as we get a nice throw over the middle. Antoine Reed again.
My sources tell me that the Northeast has given him quite the hefty offer.
Oh, there you go. But you have Dale Shivers. Why are you offering to another guy? Boo. Is Ken Moss to the sideline.
No,
He breaks away. That's going to be a touchdown and perhaps the dagger here for the Seminoles.
I was referring to Bogtrotter, but yeah.
Oh,
bad.
I was like, huh? No, dude, please don't let another pass rusher go to Buffalo. Can I have another?
What do you mean another?
You and Michael Morris, and you have all these great. Everett is a in-game recruit. You had the other guy, Allen. You get so lucky with your.
Allen, he's still there.
Yeah, you get so lucky with your in-game recruits. I have not signed an
offensive lineman since my first season.
Dude,
I've not signed an SFA.
Yeah, crew, I'm so sorry. Everybody wants a game day until this happens, you know what I mean? It's happens to the best of us. Well, Jaws still has plenty of time. Oh, what a move there. Pushes forward, gets about 9. I mean, still a chance. We've seen crazier comebacks before, but...
Also, I don't want to hear it from you about IGR luck, Mr. 3 years and an 85 overall CPU quarterback.
Okay, sure, but also I've never had an in-game recruit. Now, I'm currently in the lead for 2 of them, hopefully, but bruh, you get
I've only gotten like 4 or 5.
You get CC Schuster, you get Jean-Jacques Dembele, you get Calvin Tyrell. You like what?
Calvin Tyrell was sick, dude.
Yeah.
That guy ruled.
Yeah. As that's a nice first down there for Vernon Sapp. You and Tennessee get the luckiest IGRs. That is Pitt first. All right,
I don't really know how
Jaws.
he's always doing that.
Yam it deep.
Focus on the game here. 7 minutes left.
It's because the game hates me. It knows I'm ECU. As they call Jaws down there at the end. Flame is desperate for a Jaws rushing touchdown. Let's see if we're going to get it. TCU saying he's in the Bog Trotter sweepstakes. It's the lefty. He gets sacked. Ball's on the ground, and Florida State has it. Another turnover here for Pittsburgh. As the War Chants take over Heinz Field. And that's not Heinz ketchup. That is the blood of the Pitt Panthers down on the field.
Oh, God.
Pitt fumble. Oof. All right, so, I mean, Florida State making a statement here. A big win. You know, if they can run up the score, it might impress the committee. Remember, folks, the first SFA CFP rankings will be after Week 13. So 2nd and 9 now. Derico Claxton having himself quite the game today. As they
Fortunately
are
for Florida
now,
State, they're still at best the 4th best ACC team.
that's true. As that's kind of where the cutoff may be. Potentially 4 ACC teams getting into the field this year. Yamming that down the save, open man, Antoine Reed on your dome. Running up the score here. The war chants reign supreme.
Closest defender on that one was the referee.
That's true. The referee almost had that one. Just an absolute domination here from the Seminoles. 38-14. In a game that we thought was very evenly matched, and a Florida State team that honestly plays down, plays up, no matter who they're playing against. But today, they are playing very well. 7-3, man. 2 wins away. I don't know what their schedule looks like as of right now, but 9-3 could be in the cards. They probably still have to play Clemson.
Yeah, I believe.
Or no, they played Clemson last week.
The first game day we've ever seen of Pittsburgh in SFA history, and it's just not been the greatest showing to this point.
There might have been one with like the Denard Robinson days back in like season 8
I was
or
trying to
season
think.
9,
Yeah.
But definitely of the crew era, or this new era, past like the Ty Montgomery days.
Yeah.
2nd and 4 now. So don't think about the score, boys. Just try to make it, you know, not suck on the box score, I guess.
Philip Edwards speared there on the sideline, keeping him in bounds.
Flame begging for a crash.
Yeah, aren't we all?
That's caught, and Joel Davidson, one of their best receivers, that's only his first catch of the day.
Not been the prettiest day for Pitt as they're going to punt here, down 24 late. This game is over.
This is looking like an IRL Pitt game.
Hey, now.
All right, let's see if Florida State, if they're going to continue to put up a ton of points here, or if they're just going to try to run out the clock. Looks like they're running that clock here. Hands off to Ken Moss. He gets a lead block, and there he goes. Another big run for Moss.
One of Eli Holstein and Christian Veyer will bring the 2024 Panthers to relevancy.
Man, this is an impressive game. I know we all wanted Jaws Patterson to have a great game and win this game, myself included, but you can't deny this Florida State team. I mean, it's so hard when you're in the ACC. You have to face Buffalo. You have to face Georgia Tech. I don't think I played Florida State this year, so they did escape me. They do have that glaring loss to Kent State, which might really hurt them in an at-large debate. But this definitely is going to help the resume. As Ken Moss breaks a tackle in the backfield, and oh my gosh, he gets hit hard there.
Kind of been the story of the game. FSU continually, breaking tackles, getting past first contact, while Pitt just when they're on offense, just kind of crumble first sign of a defender.
As Derico Claxton breaks through, he breaks another one. That's a first down. The gunslinger. Tough scenes today. And after this game,
pointing out the blocking by FSU.
We're going to have 2 weeks left in the regular season. Hype.
Welcome back from the ads.
All right, 2nd and 7. As Ken Moss reverses the field, breaks a tackle, he accelerates inside the 10. Ken Moss looking
We're gonna
great.
see a 40 burger here.
They're looking great
Future
today.
Heisman winner Jericho Claxton. I don't know about that one.
Counter here, Moss cuts upfield, touchdown. Florida State up to 45. And Pitt's pretty much given up.
What's the famous like Charles Godin line from Madden? Now these guys are just playing for pride and fantasy points, which is sadly true.
Yeah, it would be it's a successful day here for Flame if we can get Jaws Patterson rushing touchdown. So we'll see if we can get some garbage time, same game parlay cashes. Not going to hit that game day score is. How about Army? 9-2. Already locked up a position in the AAC championship game. Unfortunately, not really eligible for the CFP this season, as this would have been good enough last year. It's crazy how from year to year is like how a team like right now Army would be like 5th or 6th maybe in the G5 ladder at this point. When last year they'd be far and away number 1.
Yeah, MZ's got something brewing up there in upstate New York. I think it is interesting though how much the landscape changes year to year.
All right, Mango, relax.
Yeah, you look at.
Oh, Jaws? Oh,
Yeah,
he
we're
gets
still
to the
talking about
corner.
that.
There was no right answer.
No, it was There was yeah. Season 10. I don't even know if a G5 team made the playoffs. I'll check that really quickly, but I believe season 10 there was none. Oh, there was Houston, right? Yeah, so Houston, but that was kind of a whatever
screwed
team.
at Middle Tennessee State, and then I got screwed
Yes.
as the 3rd team and put in the Citrus Bowl, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
But I got my redemption.
What I'm saying is that, there went a while, and it was like, your Memphis's, your Cincinnati's, whatever, like kind of your one and done pretty playoff win if you're a Power 5 team for the Group of 5. And then all of a sudden, almost at the same time, Buffalo and ECU come storming up. They both get promoted after 2 great years. And then, like now it's just back to, anyone's game year to year.
Yeah.
Mango is correct.
Looking back at it, it was hilarious, especially seeing Flipper Masters glitch through the blocker to stop my pick 6. And then, of course, Bo Wallace, being stupid. But, yeah. Great moment.
Do you want to hear a really funny
weeks for me.
MTSU ECU story?
Hmm.
Is I was watching that whole game, right? The whole game I was watching live. And then at the start of the 4th quarter, like my girlfriend at the time calls me. And she won't stop, like, going on and on. And I'm trying to get back to the game, like, and hang up. And she just, like, won't let me off the phone.
Yeah.
And I get a text from Neil, like, are you in stream right now? And I was like, only like visuals, what's going on? And he's like, dude, you have to turn on the audio immediately. And then all of a sudden I look at chat and it's like the entire chat's purged, and I just that was a good day.
Yeah, it was season 10 was not my favorite season, even close. Definitely the worst, as we've got victory formation here for Florida State, so not gonna go for 50. Good sportsmanship
Great game
there
from Florida State. I mean, really from the start, they come out, they get the 3 and out on defense, they put a 7 on the board, and from then they really just kind of ran away with it slowly but surely.
Yeah, we hit triple zeros, 45-14. Florida State out of nowhere, absolutely dominating Pittsburgh. Coach Crew in his first game day is going to want to forget this one, as Florida State keeps those CFP hopes alive, those Citrus Bowl hopes alive, with only 2 weeks left here in the regular season. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. All right, recording done. Oof. Not a good showing
Season
there,
8
Crew.
is the greatest SFA season of all time, Mango. You are correct.
I don't know about season 8. I don't know what my favorite individual season is. The Utah playoff run was enjoyable for sure in season 8.
Season 8 was peaked like Chad Barber, ECU. It was like it was
Micah
before
Bernard.
really all of the drama started with those guys. It was
Yeah.
still like the small server, just kind of shits and giggles. Like that was Buffalo beats Toledo for the first time.
Yep.
Good days. God, dude,
The
2-10 fucking sucked.
Yeah, it's not fun, but that's what really like if you stick out the horribleness of losing a bunch, then it gets fun once you can because you start appreciating winning. Because at this point for me, it's
Yeah.
like I don't really care about the regular season. And I wish I did, like I used to. As oh my god, it was just all Florida State here in the second half. Just oof.
That's what I was trying to explain to like the new guys is like you can't just come in and expect to not only just be good, but also like no one, you're not going to come in and people aren't going to care about your team. You know what I mean? You kind of have to give us a
Yeah,
reason to care. You got to build some SFA players, build up a pedigree.
16 tackles
I'm
for
going to put out a
Jason Young.
video in the off season like so like you're new to the SFA, but like now what? And then just going over
True.
some stuff.
Forced fumble. That was a big moment. Covered by Corey Fisher. And Pitt, 12 of 18, no touchdowns, an interception. Just not a good day here at the helm for Patterson. 84 yards on the ground was decent, but once again, a lot left on the table. And those only 2 catches for Keontae Duckett on the day were that touchdown drive. 7 pancakes for McCray. Spriggs had 8.
This is like
TFL's got
the
2.
type of game people were like when Lamar came up and they're like, he's a running back. This is the type of stat line they were talking about. 100%.
Yeah. So that will do it here. Let's check out the players of the week. Remember, folks, the watch party game, very enjoyable game. ASU Utah will go live if you want additional action. And by the time we're done with that, recruits should be rolling out. VODs will be available tonight. Highlights from this game available tomorrow. And yeah, we're officially 2 weeks away from conference championships. It's starting to take shape. We already have matchups and everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. Pin, thanks for joining me today, and peace.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me.